Do y'all know what Taylor Swift's album and Trump's Nobel Peace Prize have in common? Release the Epstein files.
This episode is brought to you by our patron supporters. Today's patron of the day is your mom. Patrons get the show always ad-free and access to the extended episode with bonus content. If you don't want to miss all of that, go to patreon.com/calltheline. That's patreon.com/calltheline. When I saw that someone whose username is your mom commented on a day that Promise is here, yes, I was like, oh,
I'm so loved.
I feel we will want to always make it your mom.
I know.
Because let's be clear, I've been making it with your mom.
Nice.
Today's episode not brought to my wonderful acting abilities. That intro was so rigid and unpleasant.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Alyssa, have you memorized that intro now?
No, I always have it up in another tab.
But pretty much.
But it's mostly memorized.
I feel I've been gone so long.
It's been 59 episodes, promise. Keep up. Welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday, October 12th, and holy schmuck moly, we had to take this last weekend off because a whole bunch of things happened, but then now a bunch more things have happened in the meantime, and I feel we have so much to talk about, and there's so much news that we should start on something completely not news related. I have a comment I want to read to you people. It's a comment thread. Oh, by the way, I'm Jimmy Snow.
I'm Alyssa Liu.
I'm Promise Backlund.
Wait.
Still
We
so
did it at
tight.
the same
I gotta
time.
say, Promise, until you've been back for a while, I think Alyssa goes second.
Well,
yeah, I think so too. But then I was waiting, and then I was like, I think Alyssa is being really polite and nice and letting me back into my spot. And
here's the thing.
then we just...
It's nice that you thought I was pausing for that reason. The real reason why I was pausing is because I forgot that I had to say my name also.
Oh.
Fair enough.
And we've been doing this for
Fair
59
enough.
episodes. So
I would have enjoyed, but I know it would have made her heart so anxious as if you had been like, Promise, don't you think I'm second now? Look at me.
never do
Look
that.
at me.
I would
But
I
it's
am
true.
the podcast captain now.
But I don't care. I want to go last. Actually,
But
I
I
don't
meant
ever
as a
want to
silly
say my name.
joke, not like I don't want you to
Yes.
say that seriously.
No, we are all the same, except for Jimmy, who is not the same because
The best.
I need to tell you guys.
This is ableist. Go on.
what No, I'm going to tell them what you said to me before, which was, you said something funny. Oh, you said, yeah, kind of weird. And then I said, I used the word worst. Nothing is worse than the way you say your T's. And then you said.
She said worse. I want to make sure we're emphasizing because that might have gotten missed. She said nothing is worse than the way I say my double T's. Which, by the way I say my double T's is I say them.
Yeah, you say them. We gloss over them. So
You say both of them.
Yeah, and then you said, what did you say? This is the house that double T's
This is the house that
built.
double T's
I'm going to
built.
fucking kill you.
I'll kill you. I have been threatening to murder people a lot lately, though.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Not people I dislike, but
I think you should make
Okay, cool.
You should make merch that says this is the house that Double T's built. I think that's so funny.
I would wear that.
I
shirt,
would wear
because
that
it almost
too.
sounds like double D's.
It does. It sounds like
Which is
Double
really
D's.
funny.
yeah, look at my double T's. That's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feast your eyes on this. My lovely partner the other day, I actually talked about this on yesterday's live, and someone was like, Jimmy admits to domestic violence on air as a joke.
Okay.
But the other day, my partner was getting ready and she was just not liking how she looked. And she was like, oh, I just look like this and negative things. To which I said in front of her sister who was visiting, please update your will and get your affairs in order because I'm going to murder you.
Oh my God.
I don't abide people shit talking my partner, even my partner.
Yeah.
don't
I
even
say
let
to
my
Kevin
partner
sometimes if he's ever mean to himself, I'm like, that's my best friend. Don't you talk about my best friend like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are some.
I always say, are you insulting my choice in a husband? Because
Exactly.
I don't stand
Flip it
for that.
around.
See, that wouldn't
Gaslight
work
them.
back on me because if, in that scenario, were I your husband, I'd be like, yes, my least favorite thing about you is that I'm your type.
Oh my
Like,
God.
what
That's
a character
terrible.
flaw. But if I was your husband, it'd be something more like, what's a character flaw, my friend, bro? That's just my generic Eastern European
That's really
voice.
good.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
That's great.
No, I love the
Yuka
way
will
he
love
goes,
that.
hell yeah, brother.
That's his favorite thing to say to you.
I love it.
All right, I gotta find this comment. I found it. There's actually been some really great ones recently. Just really mean ones.
I was gonna say actually great or
so nice to be back, guys. I can't wait for this.
Oh, yeah.
I've been anxious about being back on for this moment. So here we go. Let's hear the comments.
Sometimes I think the question's obvious. So like one person wrote, why do people eat on screen? And so I just wrote hungry.
Because they're hungry.
Bruh, like what did you think? It's like for no reason. And I could have gone on like a big long diatribe about their ableism and how like actually if my body says to eat, that's considering what I'm going through, that probably means I'm like dying and really do need to be eaten. So shut up. Anyway, there was a person who wrote, Jimmy, you don't have to be a pick-me for trans people. Someone will eventually choose you. It may just take a long time. And then there's somebody in the comments trying to say there's no such thing as trans people. Then a different person saying like, Jimmy literally has a cis girlfriend. He's already been chosen. Then that guy saying like, no, he's gay. If he has a girlfriend, she's desperate.
Where is this?
This is in the comments on Jimmy Snow and the Line with the new Calling It Now show, because we debate fascist way more over there. Alyssa, you need to be on this show.
I know.
Like the hard part is the like premium spot to put you on is right before Chewed Gum.
I know.
But I think we're going to go to 5 days a week here starting soon anyway. So if you want to come kick it with me on a Monday or a Wednesday, Promise is committing to doing every week. So you were saying twice a week?
Jimmy's favorite thing to do is terrify me by making me think that I've committed to something that I didn't.
I think while you're in Finland, you should do every Tuesday with me at a time that does work for you. And now I can pressure you online.
No, I agree. I'm now in like an apartment. This is literally the first time I possibly could be back, and I'm back.
Your place looks so stinking cute. I love that like
thanks.
The cool minty blue. It's not really mint, but like with that blue.
Thanks.
So cute.
I like the yellow light that's glowing out from behind your hair, but I would hate it if it was slightly to the right of your head.
That was my idea, actually. Had nothing to do with you telling me that.
This is one of those things where it's like, let's not explain it to the people. They'll just be annoyed. Why was he just so randomly an asshole right
Jimmy's so mean to Promise.
Yeah.
You know, right?
I did like this. Someone goes, the person who's like just talking mad shit also writes, sorry, Jimmy, you must have blocked me. I can't see your messages, you cornflake. And it was like, bruh, I've not been replying. Oh, wow. The way these people are so all I wrote once earlier, always brave in the comments, cowards on the phone. And then I just wrote again, brave in the comments, too scared to pick up the phone. But the guy had this comment in here that I stand by believing he doesn't have a girlfriend, but maybe a hooker Matt set him up with. How much does she cost, Jimmy? Yeah.
Everything about that is actually really funny.
Yeah, especially because like she's not a hooker, I know but how much does she cost? She now works at the line, so I do technically pay her. So
they're the only thing they got wrong is that
original
Matt
arrangement.
had
That's
nothing
new.
to do.
What is how long ago was that comment?
20 hours ago, but the comment it came from was a day ago under the clip, conservative admits he was wrong about transgender youth.
Yeah, I'm in that. I'm trying to find this conversation because I want to comment.
You're like, I got to get in there.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Alyssa is coming in for the
I don't know, Alyssa. They might think you're my secret Japanese girlfriend again.
Oh, yeah. That's a new thing, Promise. In a different episode of the podcast.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, someone commented on it and was like, I think conspiracy theory, Jimmy and Alyssa are dating.
Yeah.
And I was like I don't. Like,
and she gagged. It was so rude. She was like,
I was about to say, did Alyssa make it clear that that's not
me and those double T's?
I could never live with those double T's. Be so serious. And also, it's crazy for anyone to say that. Seeing the way that we fight like siblings, be so serious.
Also, are you and your boyfriend just like a hoax on Instagram?
Hang on.
I know.
Which, by the way,
he looks gay.
He's
not
just
gay.
Caught astray, though.
What?
We're not
What's the
dating
strike?
because we're not dating.
Yes.
We don't have to get into like there are reasons we could never
Jimmy's
date.
gonna fight
I
you
think we would be
about
I know.
the reason why.
I think we would be a gorgeous couple. Thank you very much. But I implore you, and I would
Gorgeous.
worry that it
you're
was
both beautiful people, but
be like
that's
Matt
not...
set it up and you're a hooker or something, like this
Listen.
person said.
Okay, I need to find this comment. Circling back, I need to find this comment. Can you like tell me what this person's username is or type it to me?
No.
Also, but what if Alyssa
But I bet if you
and I
sort
were a couple?
by top comments, they're probably down at the very bottom because they'll be getting disliked to hell. Oh wait, they have 2 likes? Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, they have 2 likes and there's 12 replies.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it's under
makes
the
it
conservative
easier.
admits he was wrong about transgender. But there's always an obsession with Matt being injected in there. So like maybe a hooker Matt set up. I'm like, I don't know if people don't understand the arrangement because people seem to know I own the line, but they seem to think Matt owns me. Like somehow there's like a circle where it's like, so what your theory is that Matt set me up a hooker. He's paying for it out of the money I'm paying him. Matt works for me, which is funny because it brings me to my other comment that I found the thread just genuinely amusing. It's almost as good as the like, you guys are in an echo chamber. You know, the one where we can people can call and tell us why we're wrong. That echo chamber. Both of you are cowards. This is how I imagine this person sounds like after years of having their throat destroyed by smoking.
Sure.
Debate me live on a neutral platform. Want to make an excuse because I'm nobody? Then debate Andrew Wilson or Made by Jim Bob. I don't like those guys any more than I like you, but they would demolish you.
Okay.
Anyway.
Can I just say, I actually promise, I don't know if we talked about this yet. Andrew Wilson has likely called chewed gum. We're fairly certain that it's him.
It's pretty clear it's him.
It's pretty clear it's him.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even know who this is.
This is the guy who does the Whatever podcast.
Oh.
The
He's
one with
been
the beard
calling.
who's like the most misogynistic.
Yes. So he's been calling
I only just found out. I don't follow his lore.
at least
He's
more
been
than
calling
once.
since I left, or like while I was on there, he called.
I think
We don't know.
Well,
I don't
we know
remember.
for sure a recent call that I did with Taylor. He was on. That was him.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that for
Allegedly.
sure.
We
Actually,
think.
yeah, we don't know that for sure.
But it sounds exactly like him.
But it sounds
and is
exactly
obviously
like him.
Okay.
And somebody from the Whatever podcast is always up in your DMs.
So-
They
because
have
they're
a
always
crush
watching.
on you, Alyssa.
And now it's clearly Andrew.
So yeah, and now I'm like, now this
Aw, that's
person's
really
in the
Allegedly.
comments here. There's some
Clearly,
they have
allegedly.
they look at us way too closely. Way too closely.
I call
If
it
you're not
clear
so worried about
allegedly.
us, and you think that we're always wrong, then why the fuck are you obsessed with us? I've never watched an entire episode of that fuck ass podcast. I would never give them the view.
I've never seen more than
even
a short.
heard of these
Yeah.
people. So that's the podcast that sent us a message. Wasn't it last
Yes.
year they were messaging
Yeah.
us?
Yes.
Oh, they still message
I
Still.
sent it to
Alyssa.
my.
They still
They might be
message me.
messaging me too. I don't check.
They probably are. And there was a
I send it
girl-
to my like ignore inbox.
Yeah. There was a girl
should
who she made this like hate video about me. She took it down like within 24 hours, which I think is weird because so much of her content is that. So like it's not like unaligned with her content, but for some reason she took it down. She made this like hate video about me. And then I found out later that she's like one of the women who goes on the Whatever podcast. And so I
One
don't know.
of theirs or one of the good ones?
One of theirs. Like she,
Ugh.
yeah.
What an embarrassing resume
Could
to
you
have.
fucking imagine? I would rather
Right.
die.
I'm going to go
rather die.
support their platform, which seems to suggest women should have no platforms.
Horrible.
They should be in the kitchen.
Anyway.
Do you
yeah.
want the rest of the comments?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So I just wrote back, they are welcome to call. Because they are. I don't know
Yes.
who this Made by Jim Bob is, and I barely know who Andrew Wilson is. I've seen his silly little face on, and how he has one of those faces where it's like, guy, look, I'm not for calling everybody you disagree with on the internet a narcissist, but did you practice your narcissist face in the mirror? The little smug smile you make after every sentence you make? This dude could be like, I just made a poopy in the potty, and is like, I'm just very proud of what I've done. Anyway,
Oh, I see the.
the guy writes back,
comment.
Thank you for demonstrating your cowardice. You will only engage where you have control of the mute button. You would lose a debate on trans issues because you guys have no argument.
And I wrote, so you won't be calling? You can also pay my appearance fee to debate elsewhere. Wah ha 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 ha! You're nothing without Dola Monkey, and I wouldn't pay him to spit shine my shoes. It's okay. You guys are cowards and grifters. Man up or shut up. And I wrote, weird. I'm nothing without a guy I hired after I already built a huge platform that passed his in views and subs. That's a lot of nothing. Anyway, I don't do my job for free. You can call to debate or pay me to go elsewhere. You have a free way or a paid way. The fact that we still won't be debating comes down to you being a coward. Girlfriend.
Correct. I would also like to draw your attention to that first comment conversation that you had. That person has also they have commented a few pretty horrible transphobic things on that video. I went to their profile, and it's different than their @ name, but their like profile name is Spanking Uncle.
That's weird.
Fuck is wrong with people?
That's a weird thing to be. Oh, that's the profile photo as well. I feel like we're giving them too much attention. Hey, FBI, you're gonna want to go ahead and check that guy's hard drive.
I'm not feeling good about that.
You're gonna want to go ahead and just
This is the
have
part
a
of
little
the
peek
internet
on the inside.
I haven't missed.
Get some forensic analysis.
It's been like it's an ongoing journey to figure out what to do with comments and people who say horrible things, and like sometimes my first reaction is to be like, fuck you, I'm replying, and then other times I look at it and I'm like, I don't care. But I want to always be, I don't care, whatever. But it just doesn't come to me naturally.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Well, like recently, someone in my DMs over the weekend while I was at a conference full of sex professionals, people who have been in this industry for decades, continuing my education, thank you very much. Someone DM'd me and was like, how can you call yourself an expert when you have no idea what pair bonding is? And I was like, first of all,
God, I haven't missed that term at all.
I was like, first of all, I do know what it is. And it's not something that people accept that humans do. Like, so the study that they did on pair bonding is done on an animal, like a non-human animal. And so I was like, if you can give me a study where this is demonstrated in humans, then by all means. But instead you decided to be an asshole in my DMs. And he responded to me, but I'm just not responding to him. I haven't opened it. But like, I know that, well, actually for me, a trigger for me is when people question my knowledge. So that's a me thing that I need to work on. But like, there are ways to, like, there have actually been people who are like, people who watch our shows and they'll DM me or email me and be like, hey, love the show, which they don't have to say, but love the show. I noticed you talked about this, and actually there's more information that you're missing about this, and I just wanted to send it along. Amazing. Absolutely. That message could have been, I am surprised that you don't agree with pair bonding or whatever for these reasons, whatever. But people decide to be a fucking asshole, and it just makes me so mad.
So my reply tactics are basically just down to either say if somebody's being like awful and I know what that little thing is that they're going to make it worse, they're going to make themselves look worse, just let the people do their own thing. Yeah. At a certain point you engage or not. But otherwise 90% of my comments are saying, oh, cool, great point. Call in. Like, oh, wow, you really are. Clearly you think you are brilliant. So when are you calling in? Call in, bud. Call in. You calling? Yeah. When are you gonna call? Let's see.
Let's never fucking
Oh, you doubt my knowledge of an issue? Which this is the funny comment that I just put up on Threads. Oh, you're gonna call into question my knowledge of an issue? Why don't you just call in and let's test mine versus yours? This one I posted on Threads, a screenshot of. I really don't think you should talk about Eli's Island unless you know what you're talking about. You sounded so smug like you knew about it. So basically this is in reference to a point where I said on Ellis Island, back when this person's talking about like how immigration used to be better. It's like, you mean back in the Ellis Island days when you used to be able to get in for 2 pennies and a kiss on the cheek? So it's a joke, but it's basically just saying it was much easier to immigrate back then. and that we basically had an open borders policy. You had to check in, you had to say like, yeah, this is what I'm here for, whatever. But
you
it was
also
much
had
easier.
to like change your name and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Crazy.
sure.
And
You had to accommodate their xenophobia.
get like sprayed with chemicals for like lice and shit. But
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And so anyway, I felt that the perfect comment in response to that wasn't like, oh, actually, here's everything I do. I didn't even say call in. I just put asterisk Ellis because they spelled it Eli's Island. So they're telling me how little I know about a topic, but the most important word in the whole post they got wrong. They put Eli with an apostrophe S. And so I just put the correct little Ellis. There you go.
Okay.
I just felt that was
amazing.
That's good.
I think you can't engage the people who do DM you is the thesis of my.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I just like never really respond.
Yeah.
The comments are out of control. It's too many. But when the comments are like really bad, my favorite thing to do is just screenshot them.
Yes.
And use them in another video someday to prove a point because it's hilarious.
Yes.
Like the comments calling me dumb where they cannot spell dumb.
Right.
Every time. Like that's my favorite. I love it. I'm like, thank you.
But
You're my
then
favorite
what I
person
love-
on the internet today.
What I love are the toilet seat activists who attack you if you screenshot that and go, funny how I'm dumb, but he can't spell dumb. And they're like, actually, spelling has nothing to do with intelligence. And you are being very
that
ableist."
happened. I got called an ableist for that, which, sure, I agree on some points. Wow.
Sexy.
Too many voices.
But
I can't do that Alex Jones voice so long.
I will, like, if somebody's harassing me and leaving comments specifically to insult my intelligence and they are unable to do so in a way that I can tell what they're saying, like maybe take a breath, maybe take a pause before you call me a dumb bitch and you can't spell dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's ableist for you to point something out when they are attacking you and you're just pointing out a fact, which is that they spelled it wrong.
Also, I don't even point it out. I just screenshot it and put it in my video and just go like
public
that.
shame. Bring shame back in that circumstance. People say the craziest fucking shit and I cannot first of all,
if you want to be public, I'll help you get it public.
Yes,
like, well,
exactly.
I'll call me your publia
Exactly.
Leave a comment, I'll publish it for you.
Right. Yeah, and honestly, you're doing the Lord's work. You're doing charity for them. And I just I don't know. Then don't say the stupidest fucking ignorant misogynist things I've ever heard in my life if you don't want to be screenshotted and put elsewhere. And then when I made a video that was similar to that, actually, it was like I took exactly your idea, which was using the Shire song and putting screenshots of men crashing out in my comments.
Yes.
And that on that video, on that video, there were people in the comments that were like, "You're so unbothered, but you took the time to make this video." I was like, you can't win with people like that.
Sometimes it's my job, sometimes it's my pleasure.
It takes 5 minutes to make a video like that, tops.
Yeah. And also, I'm going to monetize that video.
You can make money off of it. Right.
Exactly. Sorry for monetizing. Also, you're watching us do our job, but you're going to complain all the live long day from your fucking 9 to 5 that I'm sure you love so much. Please.
By the way, I just saw one of the things I hate, and this is going to be about the chronically online crowd who are a problem, but it makes us sound like conservatives to address. Though they are, by the way, right now, conservative chronically online people are the worst people in the world. Right? They're Nazis. This is the new Nazi revolution is happening on fucking Twitter. Yeah. Thank goodness they won't actually leave their goddamn houses or we'd really have a problem. Except for the occasional insurrection. They stay at home. Okay. So, but I get very, very tired of the okay, we want you to fight them, but with a completely different set of rules. They can stab you, but don't even punch them back because punching is a microaggression. Yeah. At that point, it's shut the absolute fuck up. You guys are so lucky I'm still only using the word redacted. But related to chronically online people, promise, your one from yesterday just popped up on my feed where you're when you're going to the chronically online meeting, but your cousins are already there.
Yeah.
And you keep telling
your
me
younger
how tiny
cousins.
you are. And I'm seeing you come through that door frame Are the door
Everyone
frames
thinks I look
in
so
Finland
tall.
also tiny?
No, at that house, because that's like a little cottage, that door frame is tiny, which is why I was like, this is my time to shine, everybody. I'm going to
Yeah,
look tall as
girl.
fuck right here.
You look over
no,
6
it's
foot
just-
tall.
Yeah, no, I'm not, unfortunately.
Can I also tell you
I
that
am-
there is a ginormous mistake in that video that personally, if I was you, it's too late. You should have taken it down.
Oh,
I
what?
already wouldn't. And I
You
already
do
don't
not
care,
put
but go
your
ahead.
feet on Instagram.
Oh, I know. Okay,
You
let me
do
tell
not
you.
put
Here's the
your
story.
feet
Here's the
there.
story.
Ah.
Here's the story. So I was making that video with my husband's cousins that I claim as my cousins now because
Yes.
they
Sure,
are
because
my
they are
Finnish cousins.
in-laws.
And they always have the best ideas for TikToks because they are chronically online.
Yeah.
And so we were hanging out and they're like, we have this idea, let's do this one. And I was like, cool, just don't film my feet. And they were like, what? And I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I can't put my feet on Instagram because I get the weirdest messages. Like, it's a thing on
Yeah.
the internet. They're like, oh my God, okay. So they took, I kept fucking up the take. And when I finally got it right, Gata was like, fuck, I got your feet in it. And I was like, you know what? It's fine.
It's
Like, I can throw
fine.
the dogs a bone every once in a while.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, oh, that's exactly what you threw them.
Yeah,
Promise,
you-
could I suggest in the future, and I don't know what the logistics of accomplishing this in Finland would be, but shoes. So they have
You
these
can't wear
things.
shoes inside here. Like, that's the thing. They don't wear shoes inside.
I'd have at least
that's
gone
literally
socks.
a
And
thing.
you can't say you can't wear socks because your
You
cousins
can wear
are socked
socks.
up.
You can wear socks, but we took that video in the summer and I didn't want my feet to be sweating. That's gross.
Okay.
Anyway,
I also
All
don't
I'm
like
saying
socks.
is-
Anyways, I already just gave everyone way too much information
know.
about feet. I talked about
You
my
should've
feet and
charged
sweat
more.
in the same sentence. Well, maybe they'll watch this not TikTok. This is longer than a TikTok. They'll watch this podcast.
I have to
It'll be
go.
great.
And you know what we need? We kind of need an ad break now.
Yeah.
So we'll probably come
great.
back to
Okay.
news. So I do have some other. I have lots of news to talk about. Trump, Nobel Prize, Gaza ceasefire. He did another cognitive test and a medical exam.
Ugh.
My circumcision is why I'm autistic. I
Oh
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got some clarity around that.
Yeah, that's
Leaves Finland to be a confusing place because everybody here is autistic and nobody's circumcised.
yeah. Book my ticket. It's
Crazy.
not a thing that I'm actually into, but it sounds funny to be into. Do you know what I mean? And it's probably not. It's like it is really funny that the don't let children have gender affirming surgeries are the same as cut up every baby's penis.
Right.
Yeah. Precisely.
Oh, why did
Melissa,
I do
did you
that
say
into
you
the
had to
mic?
go somewhere?
I just got a
Venn
notification
diagram.
that tomorrow I have my TSA interview.
We haven't said we'll be right back yet.
Yeah,
You
we'll
know,
be
we're
right back.
still
What?
on. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Okay, bye. This episode is brought to you by the amazing people on patreon.com/calltheline, where you can get the show ad-free and you get the extended episodes where we do bonus shows, which is most of the time. Head over to patreon.com/calltheline and sign up today.
Would you like to be one of the cool people who can prove?
Welcome back, and I think it's time that we talk about what everybody's wondering about my penis. So RFK Jr. in one of their "We're really solving this autism" thing, and I was gonna do the voice, but I keep coughing up a lung every time I do a voice today, so something's going on in my throat. Anyway, it's probably not cool to do his voice anyway. So RFK Jr. We'll just give him a different voice. Who said,
So much is happening right now.
and we are finding, this is his voice, we are finding that there is an increase of 2 to 3 times. Actually, I don't remember what the numbers were.
Why is he British all of a sudden?
Because I
What's
can't do the
happening?
other voice right now. I just said it. Promise.
But I
just
don't
said it.
understand the British part. But the
Yeah,
British part
well,
doesn't make
because-
sense.
It's the choice. It's the choice that
Did-
she has questions about.
Have you heard
Um,
his voice before that thing happened to his throat? You can't tell. You don't know if he's British
But
or not.
also, wait, okay.
He's
So
not.
How do you
But-
know?
I guess I don't know anything about anything anymore for sure. But you know what I do know for sure, that circumcision has nothing to do with autism. I'll tell you that. And also, why are they working so hard to like solve autism? Like why is this their main focus? I'm
a dramatic misunderstanding of what it is, completely
Yes.
ignoring the expansion of criteria, and
yes.
just this idea there. Because, I mean, when he got up there and he's like, these families, they'll never have a life again. These people will never have a checking account. They'll never pay taxes. And I'm like,
was, like,
bitch,
closer
I
to
get the
Dumbledore.
exemption.
Yeah,
Hell
right.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
am done.
That's what I'm like, there's such a humongous misunderstanding about what autistic folks are capable of doing, which is most autistic people are capable of doing most things. Like, I just don't, what are we talking about?
So the funny thing is, and he said, presumably this is because they are using Tylenol to treat the circumcisions afterwards. And so they're already jumping forward to the idea that they've proven the Tylenol connection.
Right.
And now, but though when addressed with that, he said, there isn't really the proof there. So we're doing the studies to, and it was like a slip. I think he slipped. He said, we're doing studies to make the proof. Not to identify what happens. We're making the proof. He accidentally told the truth a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, it says there's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have doubled the rate of autism. It's highly likely because they are given Tylenol. Sort of jumping we actually haven't established any kind of connection to autism and Tylenol.
Sure haven't.
Yeah, and I don't know. Anyway, it's all very... We live in a joke administration and everything. I don't know how we do. The first year so far has been so bad. It's only been 9 months, people. Trump's only been president again for 9 months. Did you know that?
Yeah. Remember when I was crying on election night
Yeah.
on the lines thing, and everyone was like telling me to chill out? Not you guys.
It's
but
not going to be
just
so
people.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, this is all that was going through my mind.
Yeah.
Could I have dreamed up Tylenol caused autism? Not quite that, but I knew it would be something equally stupid.
I gotta tell you, this is actually the least of the terrible things they've been doing, though. I mean, I'm sitting here autistic as fuck, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep taking Tylenol. Oh no, I'll get more autistic. Like,
I think it's like the undermining of science that's obviously been happening, but it's like, holy shit, to this level is wild.
I'm much more annoyed by like some of the other stuff going on. For example, now I just imagine, I put it this way to somebody. If I paid Jovan, we had a caller yesterday. Jovan and I were on, and we had a caller. I think the caller's name was Mike or something. We'll say Mike. If I pay Jovan to keep beating the shit out of Mike and stealing from Mike, and just, I keep paying him and I keep paying him. And then one day I go, you know what? I'm going to stop paying him. I'm going to make the 2 of them get along. Do I now deserve a Peace Prize? Do I now deserve an award? Do I now deserve, but this whole like, give Donald Trump has negotiated peace. It's like people's misunderstanding of God as a loving creator, because he's like, you better love me or else. And it's like, well, he loves us so much.
He uses everything for his good.
He's protecting us with his love. Protecting us from what? From what he'll do to us if we don't love him.
Yes,
Like-
exactly that. But also, like, every time I see that conversation, it's always like, what about the 7 wars he stopped? And every time I'm like, name the 7 wars that you think he stopped.
Right.
Name
Right.
all 7 of them.
They all go,
Actually,
Congo.
right. I don't think that they know 7 countries that are not the United, not including the United States. So I'm giving them 7 countries and one of them cannot be the United States, and I don't think they can do it.
Yeah. Also, the way in which he's injecting himself and saying that he has ended those wars is hilarious. There are ceasefires that have gone up in some countries, but a lot of them already haven't been adhered to. But I like hearing that he's the least war president of all time. I mean, we're also going to ignore the fact that he oversaw the Yemenis genocide in his first term, but he's the least war president.
Yes.
Motherfucker names it Department of War.
Right.
Pete Hegseth is out there. Tired of our fat soldiers. We're going to war every day, maybe with Americans. Again, I'm going to cough up a lung. I can't even do that much of a voice. I don't know what's going on in my throat right now.
That's
I don't
what
know.
she said. Did you guys hear what Trump said about the whole, I guess he posted on Truth Social a while back that he's trying to fix the Ukraine issue so they can go to heaven. or something like that.
Oh,
And then
then-
did you hear what he just said the other
I don't
day?
think-
He's like,
Yes.
he said,
Nothing's
I actually
gonna
thought this
do
was
it.
really funny. He goes, I was just being cute.
that's we said
Yes,
all
it
like
was I don't,
I don't think I
Because
am heaven bound.
this
I don't
man
think heaven's
doesn't
for me.
believe,
yeah.
this man doesn't believe in that shit. Like, that's one of the few things we have in common is I'm pretty sure he's an atheist.
Yeah.
I don't. No, I don't.
Uh,
I think that's a whack. I'm going to be much kinder to you because I've been really mean to people who have said that. But I'm like,
Okay.
you guys have no idea how narcissism works. That you don't think a person can think they're like God's chosen supreme thing. I think
Oh,
he
for sure.
definitely
He
has
loves
an inherent.
that.
He believes that there's a force greater than him, but that force thinks he's the greatest thing
The
that
greatest.
they've ever made.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not he doesn't think that he's a sinner, that Jesus died on the cross for him so that he could earn heaven, because otherwise he's completely undeserving and
he
he's a
thinks he's
lowly
going to
servant of
heaven and
Christ.
Jesus didn't need to do it. He's like, hey, Jesus, I know you covered all
Right.
those other people,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
I got
Like,
this one, my boy.
he doesn't. Yeah.
He definitely believes in God because Fred Trump did, and he isn't going to turn himself on. He's not going to turn on anything. He is such a like daddy's boy, still dying for daddy's approval and attention because of all that abuse and all that craziness. That I don't see him actually
I don't
ever.
know.
Now, whether or not he's ever been very deep about it, sure, he's never been very deep. He's as shallow a believer as the average Mormon is, but Mormons are still believers. And yeah, I have no problem with it. This idea of like self-obsessed evil people only having atheism to resort to, it kind of bugs me the same way that people are like, that guy's a homophobe, he must want to fuck guys. And it's like, oh, that's cool. So what you're saying is in the queer community,
That's
our
not why I
biggest
think he's an
problem is
atheist.
each other. That's a sweet redirect. And
I
whereas
just
I'm like, nah, with
genuinely-
Christian nationalism, I'm good with it being that he's a Christian.
No. I totally get your point. The reason I said that is I off the top of my head, I don't get the vibe that he believes in a God.
I don't think in
For
like a
sure, I
genuine
don't-
way.
For sure, I don't. This man is not a Christian. He said, somebody asked him if he asked God for forgiveness or said the sinner's prayer or something. He said, I don't have anything I need forgiveness for.
Yeah.
Like,
I can
So
tell
that's-
you were
that's where
raised
I'm
as
saying
women
this.
in Christianity, not as men. Because
Wow,
it is
shocking.
the easiest thing in the world for a man to feel like the chosen one. And when the way they center your penis in Christianity, the need to break free of that is like, this is like one of those things where I finally get to reverse it. Because there's lots of me going like, oh man, I didn't even think of this experience happening in Christianity because I was socialized as a man. And I think finally it's reversed. And yeah, the need for this is unnecessary.
yeah, I get that. I still, if I had to, like, we can't read his mind. So none of us
Yeah.
know for sure. Does he actually believe in a God or not? If I
Yeah.
had to guess and somehow could find out, I don't think he ever even thinks about it.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
think
he thinks
he-
about it either.
But that again has nothing to do with
I think he
believing
loves
in
it.
God.
I think he loves it when somebody's like, God chose you. He's like, of
As the
course, if
son
there
of
was a
a-
God, that's who he would choose. But
Yeah,
like,
I
I
don't
don't think
think-
he gives a fuck.
As a son
don't
of a
think he
New
thinks about
York
it.
narcissist who is very similar to Trump in mannerisms and speech and an idea of
Are
self.
you talking about yourself?
No, I said at the son of.
I'm just kidding. I was trying to joke back for once, Jimmy.
Yeah, but I did just say son. Man, you're just having a bad day with saying things at me. That was so mean. I was talking about my dad. Imagine if I asked if you were talking about yourself when you were describing
Okay.
your dad.
But okay, whatever. Okay, so
That was mean.
but
Anyway, I love you to pieces. It just hurt my
I will
feelings a little.
resend it. Continue.
It's okay. I felt off guard because if someone was like, "So aren't you your dad?" That yeah, it hurt my feelings a little. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can move
I'm
on.
sorry. I don't think you're
It's
your
okay.
dad. At
So
all.
as the son of a New York narcissist with all the same mannerisms and shit, when you say like, you don't think I agree that I don't think he thinks much about, do I have good reasons to believe this? But I do think he has a solid foundation of that he is God's chosen one and that he is essentially a new Messiah.
you know what's weird is I don't feel like, and this is like based on not that much evidence, if I'm being so honest. I don't have the feeling that he feels like that. Like I think he doesn't think about it that much. I think that he knows that he uses religion as a tool, but like in his day-to-day life, like I don't think it even like really crosses his mind, which like I think in your in your circumstance, it's like you were raised in a fundamentalist, and your dad was like believed in a fundamentalist religion. So like in that structure. So like it feels different to me, but I'm saying that with like not that like a very surface level understanding of what he's doing with his faith. Like I don't really know.
My dad also values loyalty above all. We had to recite frequently the number one family rule is loyalty in our family. It's like the biggest red flag our therapist always honed in on. I was like, well, that's not good.
Yeah, not
and
good.
My dad also treats his father like a mythological figure. And so this is the whole thing. It's like
so weird.
The values of somebody like that, whose values are like Christian nationalist, but also mafia-like, mob-esque. They both have those types of values, and his practice of Christianity is entirely phony. Sure.
Yeah.
The importance of Christianity entirely like what he's broadcasting. All of that is phony. And if you want to say like he has a phony level of Christianity, of that I totally agree. But
it's
even
like
just to say like he is an atheist, I feel like, especially when the default in the world isn't atheist, and he grew up in a heavily not atheist family, and a lot of those values are about like even the misogyny that he's grown up with, the patriarchy he's grown up with, the allegations about like the clan associations with his father, whether those are true, but certainly a lot of them, they are rooted heavily in Christianity and the types of Christian Fred Trump was. And so I find it even irksome when David Pakman did it once too, and I was like, why the fuck would it, like you have this
won't do it
weird
to you again.
No, it's not. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying if you're going to state that, I have to state my opposition to it, which is that I think it's a wild thing for atheists to sit and go like, he's so terrible, I just can't believe he's a Christian. I'm like, guys, have you guys heard how bad Christians are?
That's not why I think he doesn't. I just think he just doesn't. I don't think it has anything to do with him being terrible or not. Some of the worst people I know are Christians. I just don't think this man thinks about religion other than when it gives him something.
Yeah.
And I think that he, if anything, probably cracks jokes about like, these people think this and this and this. Like,
I think he thinks everybody
at religious people.
I think that's true too, as long as they are not his version. I don't think he laughs at his dad's belief. I don't think he laughs at the people who believe the same as him, especially those who think of him as a Christian. To me, it's kind of like the people who, this is the same argument that people used for like Hitler wasn't a Christian. It's like, well, here's all the proof he was. Like, yeah, but he didn't behave like a Christian. And it's like, all right, well, now we're just going to be skeptical of, generally, if a person says they're Christian, the right thing to do is believe them. That's how I feel.
I don't believe anything that Trump says. And I think that like he very clearly uses Christianity as a tool. And I think that like that there's a big, like, can you imagine
sure, that's also
Trump,
true.
Can you imagine Trump legitimately praying? Like, I can't imagine him being like I can't, that like imagery, I feel like that can't even be like, my brain can't produce it. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's almost like he's culturally Christian because he grew up in a Christian family, Christian household. It's like the people who go to church only on Christmas. It's like, that's the vibe he gives me. Like, I don't think it's like a genuine, deep down, he really believes in like everything in the Bible and whatever.
That's a total move of the goalpost.
I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to debate with you. I'm just saying that's what I think. That's how I feel about him. Like, I can't imagine him like really genuinely participating in religion. Like, it doesn't feel genuine and authentic to me. Like, you know, like when we have people who call where like we go back and forth about like, why do you believe the things that you believe? And then we kind of get to like this like stopping point where they'll say like, well, I just have faith that I do. Like, I just have faith and that's just like what it is. I'm like, okay, well then there's like not really that much for us to talk about anymore. And like, I don't have any interest in like attacking someone's faith unless they're trying to like bring something to me that we can talk about. And so that kind of like ends the call. With Trump and the way that he behaves, it's like, I think like I can't imagine him having like even caring enough to like go back and forth about like what's real and what's not. You know, like even my parents who are
so
like they've
average
gotten
Christian
more
man.
Yeah,
Like,
like, but
that's-
yeah, but I don't think that I don't think he thinks about it. I don't think that it's like real to him. You like, because we know the experience of people where it's like real to them. And like, I just don't think
Sure,
he's
which is
like that.
I get it. That's a subcategory. I'm saying raised as a religious man, he is most recognizable as your average religious man, which is I'm a Christian because I was born a Christian. And pretty
Yeah.
much I'm just a Christian in as much as I'm asked to be and
Yes.
expected to be around me. But for the most part, I'm just living my life. And I've decided, you know, I'm probably getting into heaven and the way I'm doing things is fine enough.
Yeah, I agree. I
Though
think
he did say he doesn't think he's getting into heaven. Did you see it?
that. Yeah,
Because
he
that
says
was the
he's-
rest of that. Yeah, the comment
Yeah.
that Promise brought up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Did I make it
just-
weird and tense when I got my feelings hurt? Is the whole mood shifted now?
No,
I feel like
but
Promise is being very
I
quiet.
just had no
I
more.
feel like
I just
ruined
had
it.
no more to my point to make because that
Did I
was all
ruin
I
it?
had.
Did you ever see
I
that
didn't.
clip?
It's not that deep to me.
Did-
Whether Trump is or isn't
Did you ever
uh,
watch Good Mythical
actual
Morning?
believer. Oh, what?
Good Mythical
Good-
Morning. Do you ever watch that with Rhett and Link?
I know what it is, but I've never watched
No,
it.
I've never even heard of this.
One time they're doing it, so it's like a podcast show and they do like different challenges and stuff. And one time Rhett just like reaches over with this little flag he has and pokes Link in the hand, and Link like it obviously like hurts a lot. And he's like, oh, damn. And he like slams his fist on the thing and he's like, and then he like looks around and he's like, oh, did I just make everything really weird and tense? Did I just ruin the whole like mood and vibe in here? And that's how I feel right now. I'm like, did I
Have you seen the video?
destroy the podcast?
Do you know the video that's
No.
like, I think it was on maybe like a Smosh clip and then like the sound went viral where like something happened and this girl was like disagreeing or whatever. And she was like, how could you even? And then she's like, I'm taking this too seriously. I need to calm down. It's not that serious.
That's viral.
That sound is so funny. It's so
I love it.
funny. Anyway, okay. So I went to this weekend, and if we have more news stuff to talk about, we'll talk about more news stuff. But I have like a quick thing. I went to this weekend a conference that was all sexologists, sex experts, sex therapists, whatever. And so they had all of these speakers who've been like in this industry for decades and have been doing like research for decades. And so much of the information that I learned was, you know, rooted in like in the climate that we're in right now. There's like so much, but there was so much information I learned over the whole weekend, like especially about masculinity and all that kind of stuff. But there's this guy, Justin Lee Miller. He is part of the Kinsey Institute, and he does these like huge surveys of American people and like how they like to date. And so he did one earlier this year in April of this year, and he found in his research that most people are okay with dating people who have different political beliefs. But the group of people who is most opposed to it, obviously Democrats, that makes sense. You're trying to take away people's rights on the other side, so that makes sense. But there was another thing too about, so this was the part that was actually really kind of sad. So 1 in 4 adults reported, LGBTQ plus adults reported that they are dating differently due to the current political climate, and the impacts of dating or of politics on dating was the most pronounced for young LGBTQ adults. So between 18 and 24, 42% reported that politics were changing how they date versus 5%
What?
in the group 65 plus, which is so interesting because like that group of people probably always dated on the low because they
And
were never
specifically, that's how it changed how they date, not just that. Meaning they're being careful about where they go or like who they're
Yes.
dating or what.
Yes.
Okay.
So like holding hands in public is like a no-go.
Yeah.
And then 8% of LGBTQ people as a whole moved from their previous home to a place that was more friendly to that community. And that number went up to 24% for people between the ages of 18 and 24. Literally moved because their
That's
neighborhoods were no longer
crazy.
safe. 10% are less comfortable visiting LGBTQ establishments, with the number going up to 14% for those ages 18 to 24, which means like if there are businesses in your area that are like gay bars, gay clubs, whatever, they are also taking a hit because they're so worried about the repercussions of like what political climate we're in. But yeah, and then like 18% said they're taking more steps to protect their identity and privacy when dating online.
Wow.
And over 1/3 of LGBTQ adults said they don't feel safe. Isn't that interesting?
Ugh, that's so sad.
I know. It is really sad. Really, really sad. But anyway, I thought that was interesting because it is related to politics and the way that we're just like behaving in this whole space. And women, like 2 out of 5 women are not interested in dating at all at this period of time. Not interested.
Wouldn't be.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
It wouldn't be at all.
Yeah.
I don't blame anybody for that.
Miserable.
Did you guys hear also
Is that
about
only of single women or is that of all
single
women?
Single women are not interested in dating. That percentage of them. Sorry, continue, promise.
And then
On
we'll do an
that
ad
topic,
break after what you're going to say.
Yes.
Did you guys hear about the passport situation where they're no longer allowing X as a gender marker? Where
I
you
think that's
can't,
been for a minute though, right?
No, I think this is a new thing where now when you go to the airport, they won't, like when they scan it, it will not allow X as an option. So if you already have an existing one, it's not going to allow you to fly with that. You have to pick an option of male or female. And they're not sure how this is going to play out, is the last that I heard. I wasn't sure if you guys knew more about it, but this was a new thing.
Yeah, I remember that being like more recent, that it's like for sure not going to be accepted. But what's crazy about that too, and it's always going to be so weird to me, it's like the same way that the people who think about trans people the most are transphobes. It's like, what? So the question that you're asking when you see X as a gender identity on a passport is, what genitals do you have? Why the fuck does it matter what genitals you were born with for you to get on this flight?
It's weird to be a Republican and be thinking about baby genitals so much.
Yes.
Because that's like, remember, it's the assigned at birth. It's what did a doctor see? And so you're a Republican and you're sitting there and going, but like, so when you were a baby, could you just tell us what you looked like naked? It's a weird, creepy thing to do.
It's weird. It's same with like people being like anti-LGBTQ. Why do you care so much who I want to fuck? It's not you.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me that? And like, it's just so weird. Like, they've made it inappropriate and weird now. It's just
Stop thinking about baby genitals. We'll be right back.
Stop. Would you like to be one of the cool people who can prove they were supporting this podcast right from the beginning? Well, you can. Head over to linemerch.com. That's linemerch.com and pick up some founders merch for The Line as a podcast that will only be available for a short time and features the rough draft drawn logo that soon will be updated to look less like it was drawn by a 3-year-old. That's linemerch.com.
Hey, we're back and we're not going to talk about my dick. Okay, so a few other news items. Trump is now spreading this conspiracy theory, which there's probably a core to it that is true, but this whole thing about the 274 FBI agents that were present at January 6th, the funny thing being that he is using the phrase Biden FBI and is saying Biden did it. Now, they were talking about January 6, 2021. Anybody who wants to go ahead and fact check this can do so. Check who was the president on January 6th, 2021. And had already fired a director and replaced a director of the FBI. We're just in the dumbest timeline. Now, it's probably true that knowing that this many people were going to be there, that unmarked or whatever you want to call them, plainclothes FBI agents were present. However, there is zero proof that any of them were participating in it, were inciting in it, which is what everybody on Twitter is just jumping to. Like, oh, let's find out who actually built that gallows. That was definitely one of the FBI guys. But it is normal and routine to dispatch plainclothes FBI agents to big gatherings like that and just have them present and around for the potential of crowd control when necessary.
Yeah.
So it's this totally mundane thing that happens all the time
Yeah.
that they're jumping straight to. We finally got our proof.
Yeah. So is what they're trying, is the implication that it was staged, that January 6th was staged by the Biden administration?
Or incited by the Biden administration.
Because then
Basically,
why
that
would
it was
he
a
pardon everyone then?
Right. So they're basically saying those people were just peaceful, but the
There's
FBI
no
agents
critical
came in and
thought.
incited it.
No
They were the ones
critical
making
thought.
it look worse and better. So they got everybody all up and we're like, yeah, let's break in. Come on, fellow MAGAs, let's break in over here. I don't know why I went Eastern European again. Sorry, Yuka.
Okay.
That the lack of critical thought available to a person that could read that and truly believe
Yeah.
that would be the case is just continues to baffle me.
Yeah.
Like truly this is an administration that could say whatever. They could say whatever and their base will just believe them. It's unbelievable.
You know, this all, again, they're trying to make it it was Biden that did it. The FBI did it. Trump didn't do it. He had nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, you can still see the text messages of people messaging Kevin McCarthy, like, why have you not stopped him? And it's also like, if the FBI was the one doing it, why, when he finally did say it's time to go home, did the crowd go home? Right. And why did he wait hours to say it when we know people over and over again were telling him to, and that Kevin McCarthy is responding, he won't do it. He likes it. He's glad that this is happening. When the press secretary is messaging Melania and says, can he please release a message that just says, we need a message of peace, be peaceful, protest peacefully. And Melania literally texts back just the word no. Like, but anyway, it was the FBI, guys. It was the FBI.
What about all the ones that ended up getting arrested for it and serving time for it?
Right.
Are those Biden's FBI agents that he
No.
let off the hook? Like, what is he saying?
So they do think real MAGA people were there, but
they were
was
peaceful.
incited by, basically they were framed, essentially, or not framed, what's the word? Like entrapped. The FBI was the one getting them up in a tizzy and breaking in and being like, let's go, guys, let's go. You know, it has nothing to do with
I thought
Rudy
they don't believe
Giuliani on
that
stage right
happens.
before that saying, let's have trial by combat. And the other
Right.
douchebag doing, we gotta go kick ass and take names. You know, if it was going to, and by the way, clearly they knew it wasn't going to end up so peaceful and things were crazy because Donald Trump promised on stage, we're going down to the Capitol. He did that thing where he like yells one word. We're going to be heading down to the Capitol. It's a weird thing he does. And then he said, and I'm going to be there with you. I'm marching down with you. And then you know what happened? They didn't march down with him. He didn't go because clearly they knew that was not going to be a good space. And I don't know. It's just kind of like, anyway, he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Also, did you all see he did his annual medical exam?
I saw that.
No.
And I saw that he got the COVID vaccination, which I would love to ask
And the flu vaccine.
a certain group of people how they feel about that.
While he is sitting up there letting they just, was it the CDC or the FDA that during this shutdown, RFK Jr. just gutted one of them and fired like 1,000 people. Let me look. RFK Jr. fires 1,000. I want to say it's CDC. Yeah, CDC is over. RFK Jr. lays off 1,000 employees in Friday night massacre. Literally wipes out entire offices that investigate disease spread, like disease outbreaks, manage infectious disease responses, and collect data. This was last Friday, just a couple of days ago. Just absolutely destroys the CDC, essentially, cripples it.
All of these things that he's destroying are going to take like a decade to build back. But this is going to have repercussions for like the whole next generation of people who are
It'll
born
never
into this
fully
country.
recover. It'll have to be something different after, because this is a thing that has a very long and strong foundation. And now a guy who people will post the photos of him being buff next to like a doctor. And be like, who do you trust with your health? And I'm like, the fucking doctor, you idiot.
Oh my God.
Like, which one do you want to, even if you go to they like to do the person from the last administration who was a trans woman
Yeah.
from the military. And they're like, who would you trust with your health? And I want them to actually like, okay, let's see if that's true. One of them has to perform cataract surgery on you.
Yeah.
You choose one. I'll use the other one. You take
Right.
RFK. I'll take, and we'll see who ends up better. Okay.
Right.
Let's just have LASIK done by both. Let's just have whatever. Like let's have our colons evacuated. Let's abort our dinner. I don't know. To any medical procedure, you're gonna go with RFK Jr.,
It's
but
getting
you're like,
worse.
he knows how to work out and eat gross meat and swim in sewage rivers and get brain worms, probably from the crazy like meat he's been eating. He's done shit tons of steroids. He's addicted to nicotine. But no. You guys are right. You guys are, and when it's literally like the Kennedys in the first place were famous because they won genetic lotteries.
Mhm.
They're tall. They're fit
gorgeous.
a standard of attraction at one point. I don't know. I look back at JFK and I'm like,
I know.
this
and I'm like,
buck-tooth
you.
motherfucker was the
Yeah, I'm
hottest
like
guy in the
you.
world. That guy's
I've
teeth are
always
in different
wondered.
zip codes.
it's a little charitable.
Yeah.
Charitable to be like he's,
The
I don't-
hottest?
yeah.
Standards
I don't know that
change.
I found any of the Kennedys to look that attractive. I guess
then-
the standards have changed.
Yeah.
The standards have changed in my lifetime. I forgot. I
But
think
I
I've
look
told you
back
this.
from
When I'll
that
go back to
same
like music videos when I was a kid, and I
Of
was like,
course.
boy, we really were into anorexia back in the day. We
Ugh.
sucked.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy to
No
look back and
booties.
flat ass, concave ass.
No real curves. Jessica Simpson is much hotter now. I just want to say.
Agreed.
I went back and
Agreed.
watched these boots are made
But
for walking video, and I'm
The real
like,
tea is she was always
also
hot.
she was considered to have huge tits back then too.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like a kind of a objectifying
know,
conversation,
right?
but and I'm just like, bro, I'm so glad we live in a different world right now where it's like, first of all, it's so nice to poke somebody and just be received by the softness. I don't like abs for the same reason.
But it's
I
also
want
like,
Me
a
and
I
bumper to
my
have.
like toothpick self
Yeah.
is just sitting over here like, yeah,
feel like you're
guys.
catching strays, bro.
I know, but-
Totally.
I don't know what work appropriate things I can say, but you do not
You-
have the body of a 2001 music. I'm like, if you want to feel better about how you have trouble putting on weight or whatever, go watch those videos.
Yeah, it's
For
crazy.
real.
But also,
Yeah,
I
they
think
make me feel okay because I'm like, oh, we look the same.
No, you don't.
I
Girl,
think the best
you look good
thing that we've started
And
to
not
do
sick.
Thank you.
On the
You have to say
internet?
that now, but
is like the best thing we've gotten to do on the internet is like, I remember Ariana Grande had posted a TikTok and she was like, people are obviously expressing concern about the way that I look, and don't talk about how anyone looks ever. She's like, you have no idea. She was saying, and like, I have my own independent thoughts about like what may or may not be going on there, but she said the body that everyone is comparing me to is when I was on the most medication. I was drinking on that medication, which I should not have been doing. And you all are telling me that that was the healthiest version of myself. And I'm telling you that that's not the case. Just stop talking about each other's bodies. And I think that movement is the one that's going to like actually carry us into like a better space. It's like, we
That's
just don't say
probably
anything
true,
about
but
it at all.
there's also the other side of it, which is that we have the Instagram culture, which is
Totally.
not talking about bodies like hers has the
But, like-
problem of, I'm not saying let's talk about Ariana and basically breach her like life and stuff, but we also can't idealize
Totally.
being
And people
very
will do it.
underweight, and that's what Instagram is. And right now,
Yeah.
what percentage of girls who are on social media have an eating disorder? It's like a crazy high number. Like
Did
really
you know
high.
there was a study that they did in Fiji in the I think it was the early 2000s or the early 90s. Had to be, I think it was the early 2000s. And I believe it was in Fiji, but I'll have to double check like those little details. But it was a group of women who were not really exposed to westernized culture. Like they didn't really have westernized TV yet. So this group of researchers went into this community and took survey information about how they felt about themselves, like how they felt about their bodies. And at that time, the standard of their bodies was a lot more of like a full figure. They showed them westernized TV for like, I think a year. And in a year, it was like over 70% of the women there had a drastically different view of their bodies, like to the degree of having disordered eating.
That's so
in
sad.
a year. It was like the media that we consume, whether it's verbalized or not, like to your point, Jimmy, like whether you say something or not, it's like seeing a person that is like tiny, 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 you know, be out there. It still creates, because we're always in like we're in like a feedback loop always. Like that's what our brains do. So like we're just always comparing ourselves to other people. So like whether you're big or small, it's just hard. It's hard out there. Anyway, this is a whole
I have
tangent.
another concern that I would love to do like a whole episode on someday, or half of one or whatever. But the actually unattainable thing that now Instagram's doing with all the filters and the like this like. I mean, obviously, there's plastic surgery that you can do in real life to kind of try to replicate that, which is what I think a lot of people are doing. And it's really sad because it's causing like dysphoria and all this stuff because your face looks is that what it is? Sorry. Dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia. So dysphoria is more to do technically. So there are a lot of people who will say dysphoria and dysmorphia are on like a similar spectrum. Dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, dysphoria is more gender related, but it could be.
Okay,
it could. I mean,
dysmorphia
technically,
is
a woman
what I mean.
who looks at her boobs and is like, "These aren't good enough," is probably also experiencing dysphoria.
I mean, when you are not seeing your face correctly because of other things that you're taking in, and it's really scary and sad to me. Like, I'm so glad I'm in my 30s while all of this is going on because now I just don't give a fuck about anything anymore. But if I had been in my teens seeing this, I'm sure it would fuck with my head so hard. Like you open up different apps and just the camera is showing you in different ways than another camera. And
it's not just like, it used to just be like cleans up your zits or whatever, which isn't good. Now it's like literally
slams your face,
the
jawline.
It's changing the way your face is. And it's so weird. And then when there's other women that are using these filters and stuff, even when they put that they're using the filter there, you just start getting this picture in your head of this like computerized image of what you're supposed to look like.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
I had a crazy moment where I was watching like this person just talking about skincare stuff. And she was saying how, and this is like pretty common, she was saying how she takes her, like whatever skincare stuff you put on your face, you have some left over on your hands, she puts it on her hands. Fine. I saw someone in like a video after that saying that she puts retinol on her elbows so that they don't age. And I had a brief like 5-second span of time where I was like, okay, I'll put retinol on my elbows. And then I was like, my fucking elbow, I have to anti-age my elbows?
I've been meaning to talk to you about it, Alyssa, because like we're doing this show, we want people to come show up every now and then.
We only want the best elbows.
We only want the best elbows in town.
I saw those elbows and I was not impressed, frankly.
I was like mad at myself that for like a brief moment in time, I was like, and I need to put retinol on my elbows. I was like, I don't need to put skincare on my fucking elbows.
So
that's
like,
what it does to you.
It creates a bunch of like double-sided shit that's horrible. I did find the stats in youth age 14 to 25, heavy social media users, 42% have probable eating disorders. Yeah. And then high school girls who are just active, specifically girls active on social media, 24%, which keep in mind, we're just saying the category of when they will actually call it an eating disorder, which means there's probably going to be signs of extreme weight loss, signs of purging routinely and whatever. But it isn't taking into account the people who, like, for example, just are tracking calories but are not on a diet for a good reason. If you have a calorie tracker on your phone and you aren't medically supposed to be on a diet right now, that's not a good thing. You shouldn't be using calorie trackers outside of needing to diet.
Yeah, you just
like that. You should be trusting your body. You should have good eating habits and trusting your body, eating when you're hungry and all these kinds of things. And that's why there's so many deficiencies. But then there's the like two-sided thing of like you were talking about the filters. And there was some degree of this with makeup once upon a time. But it's now too where one person can do something that's empowering for them that destroys thousands of other people's self-esteem. Because now you get the opposite side of it where that person who is like super genetically blessed posts a hashtag no filter thing.
Yeah.
And you get people
Yep.
comparing
Well,
themselves to like, oh,
That's
look how
what I'm
hot they
supposed to
are.
look like without
And
this. Yeah.
How far away I
Yeah.
am from being able to achieve hashtag no filter, and further puts people down into, so it might be empowering to the person who's like, you know what? I love myself without a filter, whether it
Yeah.
is because they've got a genetic lottery one or not, but it's social media.
Well, it's also like
It was a mistake.
I think a big
Yeah.
part of it too is we've lost the essence of like celebrities and normal people, because now there's this gray area that reaches into both, and that's like content creators and influencers.
Influencers, yeah.
And so like now regular people are thinking I can be in that gray area if I look like a celebrity or whatever, where it used to be like, you know, celebrity culture was so separated from regular people. So like you saw someone like Audrey Hepburn and you were like, well, of course she looks like that. She's a celebrity. I don't need to look like that. I'm not a celebrity and I will probably never be. And there's like this like
Yep.
healthy separation between the two, and that line is like totally blurred, and everyone is like, well, now I need to look like Kim Kardashian or whatever to be accepted
now you have-
as
You have
you know?
celebrities, in my opinion, that are now like morphing
They all
into
look
trying
the
to look like
same.
influencers,
They
where
all
it's
look the
like
same.
I love watching movies from the 90s and early 2000s because there's character in the faces.
Yes.
You know, they have different teeth, they have different
Mhm.
noses, they have different lips, they have
Yep.
all of that. And it's like we watched Love is Blind. And they all look the same. Like it's like they go in and
Yeah.
like, I'd like to order this, please, for my face. And it's just
Literally,
weird. Jonathan
literally.
Haidt, I think, talks a lot about what Jimmy was touching on with the rates of not just eating disorders, but like depression and suicide rates amongst young girls on the internet. And it's astronomical.
Yeah,
and
it's really bad.
It's getting
Yeah.
worse and
And
worse.
Instagram has
all
known they were
having to do
doing
with
it.
this.
Like,
Yes, they're doing it on
Instagram has
purpose.
had the data. They know that that's what is happening. They know, but their algorithms are strong and everything. Like at this point, I'm like, Mark Zuckerberg deserves to get eaten first. No wonder he's building a fucking bunker, because that dude has committed crimes against humanity.
Yes.
36% of Gen Z uses calorie counters, and half of them are not overweight. Half of the people using them aren't
Wow.
overweight. 49%, so close enough.
Does it account for people like me who use it to try
put
to
on weight?
gain weight?
I don't. I think
I'm
that
sure
you're
it's-
probably in the.
I'm sure it's more rare. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
gotta
it
be-
is. It's a problem. It's a
It is a
problem.
problem.
Anyway, last topic. The Line as a podcast is on Spotify, and we do have a bonus show today. You only get the
we're talking
bonus
about
show
this juicy
if you're
thing.
subscribed on Patreon. But The Line as a podcast is on Spotify. The Line is not on Spotify. Okay, people? So if you're emailing me
Is that
saying,
true?
why is The Line no longer on Spotify? Which there's not that many of you, because I don't think that many of you were listening over there anyway. But there's been a few. If you see right now, we will announce and constantly promote if The Line is on Spotify. But I just wanted to bring up that there was a pirate channel that only came to our attention recently that was stealing our content from YouTube and posting it on Spotify, and that is theft. Their name on there was just John Doe, but they were
Okay.
stealing it. But here's the funny thing about stealing it, where it's like, I would have tried to reach out, find out who you are. Yes, we would have taken possession of it. We'd have looked at the analytics and gone like, all right, is this a thing we were going to continue? But they did a specific thing where I was like, nope, we're just going to file a DMCA. We're going to get this thing nuked from orbit. And here's the thing they did. They posted every Sunday show. They posted every Wednesday show with Matt. They even posted Skep Talk. You know what they didn't steal?
Chewed gum.
And
Clearly. Oh, in transatlantic.
yeah.
Fuckers.
And by the way, if it was only Takis, I could be like, okay, they're just one of those people who are like, the line should only be about atheism, religion, and all of the like. But chewed gum is also that. It's just for the ladies.
Girls.
Right. So tell me you're a
Crazy.
cishet white atheist man. Who is this John Doe, without telling me you were a cishet white atheist man? You know what I'm saying?
Yikes,
What if
friend.
it was me that did it?
Our
Just
biggest
kidding.
hater has been promised the whole time.
I've always said that. I've always known.
I just
Oh
didn't
my
want to
God.
give like my two favorite people, Arden and Alyssa, more views than necessary while I was
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
'cause
you're
I
like,
want
let me
them to
protect
miss me.
them.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a
Let me protect them.
monetized Spotify channel at the very least, which that
It was
either
not?
is because Yeah, I don't think they're above monetizing it, especially since they successfully
worse.
had it going.
This means
I think
they
it
just
means that
didn't
it
wanna
never
watch us.
qualified. I think it,
Yeah.
Sure. Well, and there are people are messaging me with like, I like it for the card drive. And I'm like, YouTube, you can play YouTube videos as it, but whatever.
Sure
fine,
can.
whatever. And maybe we will do that in the future. And I feel bad for the small group of people. But I think the fact that it went since June and never got monetized was that it never qualified for monetization, which means very few people were likely actually utilizing it. Now, would that have changed if we had one and we were promoting it? Possibly. Would we lose more money switching it to a Spotify thing, like per person who goes there and no longer is increasing our algorithm over there or whatever? All of those are things that have to be evaluated. And if people would actually be a little less stingy with the subscribe button, I'd be more prone. But people are so stingy with that subscribe these days. It's something like only 30% of our audience is subscribed.
Yeah.
Like,
Jimmy
I'm
will
not
get
relying on
prone if you guys subscribe. That's
it also it
what I
builds our
heard.
guest. We want to get into more formal debates, but we're not trying to debate with like freaking newbie Christian apologists. We're trying to, when we do the formal debates, we want to go several stages above like the average caller, not just when a caller goes and makes a YouTube channel. And so while the view count is what actually matters on the YouTube end, people who we're going to reach out to are going to go and look at what our subscriber number is when we try to collaborate with friends or foes, our potential to grab. So people have got to stop being so stingy with that thing. I got to find a nicer way to say that when we're doing the show. It's like, hey, people, go ahead, subscribe. It's really not going to change your algorithm much, but it will increase our collaboration power and our debate power because it will make us a more compelling place to be.
For Friday's episode, if you guys will hit subscribe. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah. If the line as a podcast hits 10,000 subscribers,
what's it at right now?
Promise will come. It's only at like 5,000. So I was making a fake promise. A fake promise about promise.
Wow.
We're at 5190 this podcast.
That's,
we
haven't. Come on, guys.
That's what I'm saying. We probably gotta advertise
Come
it
on,
more.
guys.
Probably should do something. Anyway, this could all have been said in the bonus show. That's it for today's show, people. Thank you for joining. And I'm sorry that everything is terrible. I will say best way to preserve your skin and de-age your elbows would be to release the Epstein files.
Yeah.
As a licensed esthetician, I approve.
Release those Epstein files. As an unlicensed esthetician, release the
As a sex expert, if you want to get
release the
Epstein files.
I think you can just say fucked.
Can I?
Yeah, I think I said
We've
dick
said
earlier.
so much worse.
I was talking about my pee-pee.
By we, I mean you guys.
I feel bad that I think I confirmed its status as cut. You guys didn't need to know that about me.
Jesus
I like a little
Christ.
mystery. Does he have a
Oh my
turtleneck? Who
fucking
knows?
Christ.
Anyway, we'll see all the patrons over at the bonus show. Patreon.com/calltheline. That's the show. Sorry.
Goodbye. Oh my God.